Welcome to Weapons Education, and this video is going to be on the Castle Doctrine. I'm inserting this in the beginning. What I'm about to do is show you the video here, and it's me standing outside looking at you eyeball to eyeball, which I think I'm going to do a lot more of. I will do a lot more of, because I think it's appropriate that we can talk to each other face to face, and I think you want to put a face on my voice so we can get to know each other more and interact better. So we'll get to the video in a moment. I decided to insert this in the beginning. You're looking at the Smith, the new Smith 1911 on the left, the E series, and on the right is the Sig Sauer brand new 2011 1911. I shot them both today. I'll do a video on that. I kind of did a shootout on these two. I love that Smith, I love the Sig, I love them both. We'll do a shootout on that and talk about that in the next video next week. But today is an important video. Please watch the whole thing. Please watch the whole thing. In the last minute I inserted something else at the very end. It's all about the Castle Doctrine, and let me tell you this. I'm going to read this. This is fact. The NRA has led the nationwide movement to pass Castle Doctrine legislation, beginning with Florida in 2005. I live in Florida. I remember when this passed. It was huge. It was like a big deal. We're the first state of all the states to get the Castle Doctrine. What is this Castle Doctrine? What is this stand your ground law? What's it all about? And it was on the O'Reilly Factor, and all these major news were like, oh my gosh, you know, these guys are old. They can stand their ground now. And it's, you know what happened since Florida got the Castle Doctrine and the NRA pushed for it? Our violent crime rate went down. And since then, I'm reading this now, I'm going back to reading, Pennsylvania is the 27th state. Exactly a month ago this week, this is July 2011, and last week of June 2011, Pennsylvania adopted and passed some form of the Castle Doctrine. And it all started with the NRA back in 2005, starting with Florida, and since then 27 states have some form of the Castle Doctrine. So that's what this video is all about. I wanted to insert this in the beginning. Enjoy the video. I'm happy to stand there and show myself, show my face, and talk to you face to face. I'll be doing that a lot more in the future. Please, please, please join the NRA, and if you do, you got to let me know. There's a link on my channel. Do it through my channel. Get your $10 discount. Get your $2,500 worth of insurance on your guns, and just let me know, PM me if you did, so I know that you joined. That way I can talk to the NRA when I'm doing my travel, saying, look, I got, last night we got 48 people sign up, so I'm trying to get a lot of people over the next couple of months to sign up so I can go to the NRA and say, all right, we need the Castle Doctrine passed in certain states that do not have it. We need to loosen up gun laws in New Jersey and all these other states. So let me know if you signed up for the NRA. Please do it on my link. And here we go with the video. I'm inserting this in the beginning. Okay, have fun. Watch the whole thing, because the last minute I do another insert at the very end. All right, here we go. Welcome to Weapons Education. Hey, I'm going to call this video part 2 of yesterday's video, which was changed state gun laws. Today I really want to talk about why some of the percentages were low in some states, because a lot of the comments are, well, geez, my state's only got 78% and we have good gun laws in our state. We can carry, we can go to a gun shop and pick up a gun and put it on our hip and go out and about our way, and that's a good thing, of course, but why would your number only be 78%? One of the major reasons why that number is lower is because your state may not have some form of the Castle Doctrine enacted, which is not a good thing. The Castle Doctrine is what we're going to talk about right now. This is not legal advice. This is just common sense advice to tell you that when you leave your home, we all have a different obligation when we're carrying a gun. When we have our firearm on us, we become a different person. We have to be cognitive of all our surroundings. We have to be aware of what's happening all around us. If you're in your home, if there's an intruder, what is the rules? What is the rules of engagement in your state? And they all do differ. If you're in your car, someone attacks you. If you're in a shopping mall, something goes wrong. Are you legally able to shoot that person and defend your life? Well, usually, hopefully, yes. But can you be sued from the bad guy's family? A lot of these things is what I want to talk about right now. And this is why the percentages do change in different states. Instead of me sitting there typing all night and trying to explain all this, it's easier for me to just do a video and trying to interact with you this way. So what I'm going to do is just, I got some notes here, and I want to talk to you about the Castle Doctrine. By the way, it's sunset now. I waited for the sun to go down And I got my travel palms here. They are beautiful. They grow from the inside out. The only reason why they're a little brown is because the water, the irrigation system that waters them is well water, so it's brown on this side, but otherwise it would be solid green like that all around. They are beautiful. You can only grow these in what's called zone 10 or higher, like South Florida or south. It's got to be really, really high climates and warm. They are beautiful. Okay, let's talk about the Castle Doctrine. First of all, every state looks at the Castle Doctrine differently. I want to make sure that's clear. And I'm urging you to go to Google, in whatever state you're in, and Google, let's say you're in Pennsylvania, because that state comes up a lot, or Washington, or wherever. Google Pennsylvania Castle Doctrine, and go to it and learn all about it so you know what the laws are in your state if you had to engage. Which I always say, run away from violence, and be a good citizen and try to avoid it at all times. Try to let law enforcement do their job. But if it's a last-ditch effort and you have to save your life, you need to know all about the Castle Doctrine. All right. Each state differs. I'm going to do a little reading here because I can't memorize all this. Each state differs with respect to specific instances in which the Castle Doctrine can be invoked. All right. And I'm going to tell you some different things that are in general. All right. If an intruder is making an attempt to forcibly enter your residence, business, or vehicle, that's one reason why the Castle Doctrine would be come into place. 2, if the intruder is acting illegally. 3, the occupant of a home must reasonably believe that the intruder intends to inflict serious bodily harm or death upon an occupant of the home. The next one, the occupant of the home must reasonably believe that that the intruder intends to commit some other felony such as arson or burglary. These are just general conditions of use. The occupant of the home must not have provoked an intrusion. So you can't like heckle someone, say, oh yeah, come in my house, and then just shoot them and think that's okay. That's not okay. The occupant of the home may be required to attempt to exit the house. That's called duty to retreat. I'll get to that here right now. Okay. Okay, duty to retreat. Now, some states do have the Castle Doctrine, but generally speaking, they say, well, you got to try to get out of that house and run away before you can use your gun. Duty to retreat. Hopefully, your state has what's called stand your ground. We do have that in Florida. I'm not trying to tell you to be Rambos or anything. Remember, I'm just trying to give you advice to learn your state laws. Other states, I'm reading now, other states expressly relieve the home's occupants of any duty to retreat or announce their intent to use deadly force before they can legally or justifiably defend themselves. Now within the stand your ground law, and I'm just talking in general, the broad stroke, this law follows you outside of your home. It follows you in your car. Your car is your castle also. It also follows you if you're just out and about any place where you're allowed to be, like the mall. If you're in the mall and you're in a state that has the stand your ground law and it's clearly written. Now, this is not legal advice. It depends on your state. It depends on the situation, of course. I'm just trying to tell you just to learn the laws, because when you're carrying that firearm, it's a huge obligation. You really need to understand the fact that sometimes it's a good thing. The Castle Doctrine will follow you outside the home and allow you to stand your ground, not retreat, protect your life, and really what's important too is immunity from a civil lawsuit. I mean, there's dozens and dozens and hundreds of documented cases of people across our country who legally defend themselves from someone killing them, and then they get sued afterwards, by the bad guy's family, or if the bad guy's still alive. So you need to know that, Google Castle Doctrine in the state that you live in and learn about it. I'm just trying to educate you to educate yourself. Now, I'm going to go through this real quick here. What state acknowledges the Castle Doctrine and which states do not? And this will change the percentage of total freedom in your state to total prohibition. So I gave you the numbers yesterday. You know the percentages. Now I'm just going to say yes or no. Does your state adopt some form of the Castle Doctrine? And according to this booklet, which I recommend you buy, if you go to gunlawguide.com, very nice people, they're appreciative that I'm promoting their pamphlet. Gunlawguide.com, it is less than $20, and this will give you a broad stroke of all the things you need to know about within your state. Just general speaking of what you need to study up on, such as are you allowed to own a gun, of course, can it be a semi-automatic, machine gun ownership, right of self-defense, which that's what this video is all about, right of self-defense, open carry, concealed carry, vehicle carry, state parks, restaurants serving alcohol, things like that. It goes over all those things within your state. But right now we're just talking about right of self-defense and the Castle Doctrine. I'm just going to say yes or no if your state has some form of the Castle Doctrine within it. Okay, Alabama, here we go. Right of self-defense, yes. Alaska, right of self-defense, yes. Arizona, yes. And this NRA, the NRA has did a model of what the Castle Doctrine should be way back when, and the states kind of went with that and legalized it and have all a little different version of it. Arkansas, yes. California, no. Colorado, yes. Connecticut, no. Delaware, no. DC, no. Florida, yes. Georgia, yes. Hawaii, this means there's some form of it in your state. Hawaii, no. Idaho, right of self-defense, yes. Illinois, no. Indiana, yes. Iowa, no. See, that's your numbers is 78%, which might sound kind of good, but no, you don't have a Castle Doctrine in your state. Kansas, yes. Kentucky, yes. Louisiana, yes. Maine, no. No in Maine. Maryland, no. You're crossing state lines, those states that are all closely together in the Northeast, you need to know this. It also tells you what happens when you cross state lines in this booklet. Massachusetts, no. Michigan, yes. Minnesota, no. Mississippi, yes. Missouri, yes. Montana, yes. Nebraska, no. Nevada, no. New Hampshire, no. New Jersey, no. New Mexico, no. New York, no. North Carolina, no. And they're at 80%, but that's why they have a low number at 80%. You might think, oh, I can go get a gun. Yes, I can walk out with it right away after a 15-minute background check. Yes, but you don't have an NRA model type of Castle Doctrine law enacted in your state. These are the types of things that we really want to push to get the Castle Doctrine in your state. North Dakota, yes. Ohio, yes. Oklahoma, yes. Oregon, no. Pennsylvania, no. That's why your number's down in Pennsylvania. No Castle Doctrine. Rhode Island, no. South Carolina, right of self-defense. Yes, you have some form of the Castle Doctrine. South Dakota, yes. Tennessee, yes. Texas, yes. Utah, no. No in Utah. Am I reading that right? No, that's amazing. That surprises me. Vermont, yeah, wow. Vermont, no. Huh. I'm going to call on some of these states. It shocks me. But they have a lot of other freedoms that give them such a high number. I'm going to do that tomorrow morning to see why Vermont does not have a Castle Doctrine in their state. Virginia. Now if I'm wrong, correct me on this, because I'm going off of this booklet here. And look into your state and see if you have the Castle Doctrine or not. And this is very important that we learned about the Castle Doctrine. Let's see, Virginia, No. Washington State. No. That's why your number's low. West Virginia. Yes. And 2 more to make up the 50. No. Wisconsin. Wyoming. Yes. Alright, so I'm not saying this is legal advice, this is the end-all answer to all of your gun laws. This is just me telling you, please get caught up on what your gun laws are within your state, particularly if you had to engage, and what are the ramifications of engaging and protecting your life. So that's what this video was all about today. I hope you got something out of it. This is weapons education to teach you, to teach yourself basically also. Thank you so much, and how much I care about everybody. And in about a week I'll be giving you, not a week, in about 3 days I'll be doing a good update for the whole entire channel and telling you all about the merchant website, where that's going. It's going to be open in about 10 to 14 days. Just please be patient with that. It's worth the wait because I'm doing 4 things at once. I'm juggling my family life, my true business life, which, by the way, I always get the question, what do I do for a living? I'm in the financial arena. I do estate planning. I'm a money manager, and I own my own firm. So that, it requires a lot of my time, obviously. That's my life. That's what I do for a living. And then I have the YouTube channel, which is a beautiful thing, and it absorbs a lot of my time. And now I have the merchant website, which I'm building also, and that absorbs a lot of my time. So just please be patient. There's a lot of legalities and things like that that have to be put into place before it opens. But everything's beautiful and perfect. Thank you so much. I hope you got something out of this, and I'll be checking back in with you in a day or two. Thank you so much, and how much I care about everybody. I really appreciate everybody. Bye-bye. Hey, I'm inserting this at the tail end of the video, but I just did that video outside, and I came in, I got relaxed here, and I said to myself, why is some of the states no's? I really thought like Pennsylvania would be a yes on the Castle Doctrine. So I just sat in the first one I Googled, sure enough, Pennsylvania. Look at this, June 28th, 2011, Pennsylvania governor signs NRA-backed Castle Doctrine into law. Huge. So that book gets updated every 12 months, every January. Sure enough, I'll be buying a new one in January. And that's great. 30 days ago, almost to the day, here we are at the end of July, the NRA has led the nationwide movement to pass Castle Doctrine legislation, beginning with Florida. My state was the first in 2005 to get it. And Pennsylvania now, a month ago, is the 27th state to adapt the NRA movement. Thank you, the NRA. Now, if this doesn't get you over the edge to join the NRA, I don't know what will. It passed by a margin of 164 to 37. The NRA, they nailed it. They got it for you guys in Pennsylvania. So please join the NRA. Now, here's proof that they are the sole entity that got the Castle Doctrine passed in 27 states, starting back in 2005 with Florida. So I wanted to bring that to your attention. If I said no to your state, you need to Google it and see maybe since January you got a yes because of the NRA. Please join the NRA. You get a $10 discount on my link. Let me know if you did. PM me if you did so I know that you're on board with me. And also you get $2,500 worth of insurance. And also they're fighting to get you better gun laws in your state along with myself when I hit the road. Okay, now I'm really saying goodbye, but this was important to bring to your attention as Pennsylvania governor signs NRA-backed Castle Doctrine into law, June 28th, 2011. All right, take care.